Hadia to Jallo, Hadia working in medicine, in traditional medicine, but also Sheikh Bamba Jara teaching knowledge, teaching at ESM, a school here in Dakar. We're talking about the pursuit of the seeking of knowledge, how important it is in our religion, in Islam, but also in the Muridia. She mentioned something like education. We should know if people are bringing their knowledge, we should understand what type of knowledge they're teaching in our school, pointing out the system in Senegal itself. What's the state of the educational system in this country, Mr. Jara?
Mr. Badji.
Mr. Badji, once again, there you go.
Jara.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, in Islam, the knowledge you need in Islam, it is the knowledge which guides you to worship the Most High, to be in the right way with the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, and in the right way of the Quran. And in our education system, what we have from the primary school to the university, it is the education of the white people. I'm really sorry for saying that, for the white people, the colonizer. Okay, it is the system we have: the primary school, the secondary school, and the university. Okay, but in our system, there is no spirituality. I'm really sorry for saying that. In our educational system, there is no spirituality. It is just a system, an education for this life. And for a Muslim, you have two lives. You have this life and you have another life. For example, people used to say, or the Murid used to say, you got to worship Allah if you are going to death right now. And you got to work very, very hard if you will never leave this world. Now, if the education is just for our life in this earth and not in another life, it is not important for another. It is not important for me. I am all time criticizing our educational system because Allah is out of our education system. If you want to be a good education system, we got to put Sheikh Ahmad Bamba in the middle of our education. And putting Sheikh Ahmad Bamba in the middle of our education, it is to put God in our middle of education. And the education we have, it is from, they got it from the Bible. They got it from the Torah. They got it from how to say? They get it from from Asian people. They got it from Africa, and Asian people, they got it from Africa, according to Sheikh Anta Diop. According to Sheikh Anta Diop, knowledge comes from Africa, and after the Greek people take it, and after European people take it and give it to us. European people, when they are coming in Africa, the education they give it to us, it is not for developing Africa. It is for leading African people. And if we want to have a good education system, we got to put Allah in the middle of our education. Example, we take the case of Chinese people. Chinese people, they have Chinese education. And Chinese are more good than European in electronics. They are more good than European in economics. They are more good than European in agriculture. So what about we African? What are we waiting to put Allah in our education system?
Great, Mr. Badji. But it's about time, because Senegal was independent for it's about 60 years now, I believe.
Okay, but if we take,
let
me explain you before.
I'll give you. Okay. All I'm saying, I just want to add up a little bit, because if blaming Europeans.
I'm not blaming.
No, I'm just saying, let me finish. Blaming European, for instance, for them, they left this country for 60 years. And we have order. There's a Murid community, there's a Tijani community, there's a Khadiri community, there's a Layeni community. But my question is, why is it, if we need, because we had majalis, we had circles, we used to teach in every other mosque in Touba, every Darul Mohti, in all these places in Tivawan and so on. So if we want an alternative, something to replace the context, this particular context, what I'm saying is, isn't it more suitable for these orders to start this type of teaching in their own centers instead of waiting for government to do the change. Because it's taking time, it's not coming. Don't you think we as communities, we the one who's supposed to, because Senegal is a democratic country. It's not a Muslim country. There's like you came from that area before. You cannot just say, okay, I'm just taking Islamic 100% Islamic education in our schools. How about the other? We Muslim, we're the first democratic people. We cannot just come and teach Islam in all these schools in Senegal because there's other confessions as well. So it's not really the problem. To come back to your question, of us not taking, our own educational system on our own hands.
Okay, now if you say that we Muslims represent 95% in this country. Okay, Christian, they represent maybe around 3%, and the others maybe 2% on one point something percent. But the education we have that you did, me and Mrs. Hadia, this is Christian system. That's what, for example, me, I was like school like Saint Paul, Saint Pierre, and even we have Muslims children are in those schools, Saint Pierre, Sacré-Cœur. I'm really sorry for that. They are in Sacré-Cœur, Saint Pierre, Saint Bernadette. For example, if your child is going to some school like Sainte Marie, they say, oh, he's lucky. He's in a very good school, Sainte Marie de Anne. And for example, if you name your school Ahmadou Bamba Business University, you say, oh, those person are Murid by far. Why not we have Saint Pierre? We have Saint Bernadette. We have Sacré-Cœur. And they have more students than the others, than the public schools. And they are giving a very good teaching, really. They are giving a very good teaching. Why not? This is our education system. Why not to think like Chinese people, to think like Rwanda, and education system with African reality, with African beliefs, and the belief of African is God is unique.
Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala.
That's true. Why we are afraid?
Educating our youngsters, our country accordingly to our belief, to our state of mind. What you going to add up to that, Sohna Adia, what Mr. Badji just said?
Yes, Mr. Badji souleved many questions. And everyone have to think about those questions because as we call ourselves Muslims, as we call ourselves Murid, we have to act like that. There is no something like paradox between what we are saying and what we are doing. You understand? I can't understand as you say it. My name is Hadia, and I go take my son, put him in a Sainte Marie de Anne. How it comes to me? Why am I not going to take my son to a school where they teach him for this life and hereafter? Because the schools, the Arabic schools now, the Dara as they call it, teach every kind of knowledge. They teach English, they teach French, they teach every kind of knowledge. But how? You call yourself a Muslim and you put your son in Sainte Marie de Anne. And those are copy for Christian system. Yes, they are leading your son to go to France to study. They are leading him to go to England, to go to UK, to United States. They make him to hope, to dream of those countries because it's what they install in his mind. You understand? And he will not think like I am Muslim. I have to go Arabia Saudi because it's one of the how they call it. One of the 5 pillars of Islam. You understand? They will never teach you to focus on Arabia Saudi, to learn Quran, to follow Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. They teach you how like they said before. Our ancestors are bourgeois, like they said it in France. The first studies in Senegal, they teach our ancestors. No ancestors are Gulwa. Really, our ancestors are Gulwa. Really, how they can say it? How they can put that in our mind? How?
Okay, let me
How?
just.
It just
Okay,
it just
great.
maybe
I mean,
nonsense.
what you said is really lots of truth in that. How really the education is completely biased in the country, using some schools named after Christians, for instance, that are doing pretty well, and the majority of the occupants of those schools are Muslims, and living in the cold. Most of Islamic schools. What I was saying again, Mr. Badji,
Badji, yes.
I don't see a dynamic in places like certain areas where really they should come up and take the lead. You know, if there's a Christian school, this is a free country. They can open their school. They can teach whatever they want. This is a democratic country. But I'm not saying I don't see really, because it's not, because this is institution. If you see a Christian school, it's really institutions behind those schools though. It's like les paroisses. The preachers around connected to, for instance, Rome or other places that are really helping these people. 5% cannot achieve that much of credibility in this country because there's a lot of big help behind. But there's powerful organizations in Senegal, Muslim organization. I don't see, for instance, them investing for an alternative, educational alternative in this country in order to generate this need, this want of the people to learn about these icons, Islamic Sufi masters in Senegal. And obviously, if we talk about a leader in terms of Sufi teaching, there's our noble Sheikh Ahmadou Bamba, brightly and convincingly leading in that area, writing, as you said, over 7 tons. And 7 tons, by the way, that was just what was found in the house of Sheikh Al-Khadim. Nobody can really know how much he wrote. He wrote some in Gabon, and he even said Karamati Khatu Yadi, my miracle, or my writing. You cannot. Touba is absolutely. He wrote in jurisprudence. He wrote in Islamic laws. He wrote in mysticism. He wrote in every area of Islam in the world you want to know about. Sheikh Ahmadou Bamba had his pen on that. Let me finish and just roll up with that question quickly. So I was just saying, Mr. Badji, as she said, that why are we doing? Isn't it time that those wise stop and there's a new movement comes out with bright youngsters like you guys from Africa, who are really strong in terms of belief and thinking? Why we won't start having alternative, good schools, good programs? Every order brings out the best of it. In Touba, our city, in all the areas, why we can't start that alternative yet? What's stopping us?
Okay, for example, if we take the case of Malaysia, we take the case of Indonesia, we take the case of Rwanda, okay, Senegal, we can do it. But those one who are leading the education, who are leading the government, it is the job of the government. For example, we need another kind of school with African beliefs. For example, we can have some schools like Sainte Bernadette, and why not we think about the school? And for example, there is no separation about Muri Tijan. It is a school with African beliefs, and African beliefs, I think that most of the time it is God is unique. God is one. But it needs to have another kind of studies, another kind of education. Okay? And even, for example, what we are doing, primary, secondary, university, it is too long. It is too long. American people, they don't do it.
You can learn everything.
Yeah, for example, primary, secondary, university, you spend 25 years learning. When are you going to make money? When are you going to develop your country? When are you going to be developed economy? That's why we can be emergent economy, because we ain't got time for working. We spend all our time learning. For example, right now people are talking about PhD, aggregation, MS, master. But what we need, education. it is, for example, like Nelson Mandela, the most important thing which can guide you to develop your country, which can guide you to have good manner, which can guide you to help other people. And if it is learning for having knowledge, doing like French people, to say, oh, for me, it is not important. And right now, it is high time for we, the Murid, the Tijan, the Muslim, the African, to put a good education system where we have from CE to CM2, 4 classes, from 6e to 3e, 4 classes, from second to terminal, 2 classes. And you can have what we call baccalaureate if you have 17 or 16.
Absolutely.
And after 4 years, 20, you have your master or your PhD. And if you want to do PhD aggregation, that's your problem. You find job. You can do something like Chinese people, like Japanese. Look at the case of Seoul.
So,
yeah, in 1996, Seoul and Senegal, South Korea, we have the same economic
GDP.
indicator, the same GDP. But look at right now, they have Samsung, they have Kia, they have
the GDP
Hyundai.
of all Africa united.
Yeah. Look at, we need to do what we call UNDP of our education.
What is UNDP?
UNDP, it is a new thinking.
Some African
yeah, a new thinking of our education to have a renewal, a new model of our education. Because this model, it is not that education model which will develop Africa and Senegal. I'm really sorry.
You heard he talked about the model and the NUP, which is kind of some kind of voodoo they're doing in Haiti or in Sierra Leone, some kind of cure African mystic
in
help to help us to get out of the negative thinking. What do you think about should we do UNDP or something?
It is a joke.
Thank you, Mr. Badi. It's even happening in Senegal, but maybe in different way. It's not in the case of education or something like that. It's happening, still happening. It's traditional something in some culture in Senegal. You see, I agree with you. We have to change the system. Why? Because look, those countries colonized by English people, they are far away from us.
Far away from us.
Look, the system, the French system. I'm not against the French system. I thank them because what I know is, by the grace of God, is because I learned French. Alhamdulillah, I thank them. But in a certain time of my life, I just stopped and I ask myself, this teaching, where it can lead me? This is the question I ask myself. I'm not here to waste my time. Life is too short. Now you have to know where you are putting your legs.
Yes.
Where this kind of system will lead me. Do they want me to be slave almost the time till death? I don't want to be
somebody
slave.
else's life.
I don't want to be slave.
By the way, Adia, we opened the line. If you want to join us, join the conversation with the get on the line 88-628-19007. If you calling from abroad, 221-33. 824-5281. Again, the local number is 88-628-1907. You can tell us what you think about the conversation. Talking about knowledge again. Inni ujaidu bil ulum wa bi tuqa. Inni ujaidu bil ulum wa bi tuqa. Piety and knowledge. This is Sheikh Al-Khadim said. This is my jihad, and someone with a tremendous memorabilia. We wrote so much, he did so much, and still nothing. The other time I had even a guest, and he said he was from Sheikh Anta Diop University, and I asked him the basic question: how's Sheikh Anta Diop's studies? I mean, books and stuff doing in Senegal. He said, "Well, we're not teaching Sheikh Anta Diop in University of Sheikh Anta." I mean, Sheikh Anta Diop is bearing a name. University is having a name of Sheikh Anta, and even Sheikh Anta Diop is not taught at that university. So we have a long way to go. But I'm not pointing out, I hate to blame people. I'm just blaming ourselves. We're blaming ourselves in terms of we should have right now organized ourselves. Islam is not just about Assalamu alaikum. There's somebody's calling. Assalamu alaikum. Assalamu alaikum. Okay, he's hopefully she's or he is gonna come back. We cannot blame people in terms of Europeans, former colonizers, or a government which sometimes also you have to understand how you as a community how we should help these people. Governments, they were in this system, they were taught by the same system. And they cannot get out. They cannot break the shackles of dependency that fast, because they really under influences of many groups. You have to understand that in terms of governments from outside telling them also what to do, and if they don't, it might be some problem as well.
Yeah.
I think from the base, as a community, we had and if we're gonna even keep going on that, because Shah Bamba had a solution in terms of majalis, the circles that happen in every mosque, every district area, in all Murid community, where they used to, even last night, if you follow Jazbur Murid, they said Shaykh Ibrahim had about 20-something, three daras, schools in Medina Fall, in Jahrem. So the foundation of this order is really knowledge. The solution, Sheikh Al-Khadim. Assalamu alaikum. Assalamu alaikum.
That's the line.
I think we're having a problem with the line. Assalamu alaikum. He breaks up again. So the solution with Sheikh Al-Khadim, the teaching, what we should do?
Thank you, Mr. Fallo, for the question again. Before coming to the solution proposed by Sheikh Ahmadou Bamba, I would like first to come back to Sheikh Ahmadou Bamba, his writings, 7 tons he writes. He writes, yes, but in which condition? This great man write these books. In which condition? We know all modern writers, they have their cup of tea, air-conditioned house, very nice. They are lying down at the time they want. They wake up at the time they want. They eat at the time they want. But Sheikh Ahmadou Bamba, in which condition he write these books? Especially when he was in Gabon.
Very difficult time.
Very difficult. You can't imagine. And his mind produce nice as he does.
Assalamu alaikum. Somebody's on the line. Assalamu alaikum. I think we're having problem with the line today. Assalamu alaikum. Okay, so hope we're having problem. Hold, gonna fix that or something. If you don't, you're not able to reach us on the phone, you can send me a message on my Facebook page, Eco from Touba. You can send me directly a message there, and what you wanna, your contribution, what you wanna say about this particular program. Again, a window from Touba to you for for knowledge that is taught by Sheikh Ahmadou Bamba from his book. It's about time now. Everything is going completely crazy. Teachings are coming out, especially kids, children who were supposed to go and learn. Washtanibu majalish shaqawa, avoid the negative circles. Everybody's coming out now, giving out teaching, claiming they belong to Sheikh Al-Khadim. Sheikh Al-Khadim is just someone that is with Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, "In kuntum tuhibbuna Allah fattabi'uni yuhibbukumullah wa yaghfir lakum dhunubakum." That's, if you want to love Allah, love me, and subsequently Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will obviously loves you. And if you know the history of Sheikh Al-Khadim, what he said about his own personal life, he said, "Dami wa ahli wa awladi fiddahu lahu abdan khadiman lahu mashkan li shanada." My life, my blood, my offsprings, everything is hidayah. Oh, this is a confirmation. There's hadiyatullah today.
Yes.
This hidayah for Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam. All his sons are named after Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And if his cities are named after Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. I remember there's an anecdote. One day he came out of the mosque. He was walking. As he used to walk fast, just like not fast, but just like how Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam, walked. He was walking. There was Shah Awballa from Darul Muhti. By the way, we're wishing happy Magal of Nisf Shaban to our brothers and sisters from Darumati. And Sheikh Awballa was behind him walking little. And Sheikh Khadim walked a little bit and then sat down. He couldn't walk anymore. And he was like, you know, kind of heavily breathing, and you could have hear him doing that a little far away from him. And he said, Sheikh Awballa, you know why I can't walk anymore? He said, Sheikh Awballa was listening, and he said, because of my love of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Sometimes it's so heavy, I cannot even put one leg further from me. So how much he loved Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And again, knowledge is the one Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam taught. So Khadija, coming back to the end, because we got 2 or 3 minutes to go now, do you have hope that one day what we develop here will happen finally? We're going to take these teachings of Sheikh Al-Khadim, put it in our own school before we put it in general in other schools. Do you have hope this is going to happen one day?
Mr. Fallu, I can't say yes. You know, it's time for us, Murid, Muslim in general, to take our destiny on our hands. We don't have to give our destiny to another person. Even themselves, they are not sure what future come with. It's time for us to be responsible of what we are doing, or what we want to be in the future. I'm very positive, very, very positive.
MashaAllah.
Because when sometimes you read Hasidah, the peace you are having, the joy, everything, the good, the positive thinkings, and nice people in Muridism, nice people in Islam, I'm just happy, I'm just positive. Where Sheikh Ahmadu Bamba is leading us to go. I'm very, very, very positive.
Do you have hope, Mr.
Yes,
Bachi?
yes, I have. Yes, I have. Because in the Holy Book, in the Quran, we say about the Auzubillahi minash shaitanir rajim, Inna Allah la tuliful mihad. Okay. We got to hope because it is Islam. And Sheikh Ahmadu Bamba has all that he wants. The first, Sheikh Ahmad Bamba was saying Allahumma. And in the middle, he was saying Wajhal. And at the end, he was saying Jala. Yeah, the first, Allahumma, I'm praying God. In the middle time, God do it. And the last time, God have done. Yes, God has done. That's why.
He answered his prayer.
Yeah, if we are Muslim, we are Murid, we hope.
But do you have a long way to go, or do you have a long way to go?
Yeah, we have a long way to go. Because explaining knowledge, according to Rasul Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, the half of knowledge is I don't know. And according to Sheikh Ibrahim, if the half of knowledge is I don't know, what you have know, there is no I don't know. That's Ibrahim philosophy. If the half of knowledge,
is
according to the Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, if is I don't know, and the other half that you know,
there's no I don't know place
there is
in
no
there.
I don't know. That's why Sheikh Ibrahim has
so bright.
lead Sheikh Anta Diop to school.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
He was raised in his house.
Yeah,
Other people don't know that.
And Sheikh Anta Diop, he is the first.
If I start with Sheikh Ibrahim, I'm not going to finish it.
Yeah, me too. Me too.
Mr. Fallu, what I want to have at the
go
end
ahead.
is to know that education is the fabric of the society. If a society is a company, the fabric, where they make, where they build the future of the country is in the education. If our education, that's why I say I'm positive.
Me too.
I'm positive, and I'm seeing that Senegal will go higher and higher.
Yes, inshallah.
So there's hope.
Yes, this
Not
is
a long
my
way to
hope.
go.
I'm very positive.
Hope never
Mashallah.
dries up.
I will never see the grass.
That's beautiful. I wish we could have continued the conversation, but time, time doesn't wait for us. So what's going to be your last word? Your salam alaikum to the people in your ziyarah.
Okay, my salam alaikum to the people. It is to the verse of Quran. wattahu yawman turja'una fi ilallah summa tuwaffa kullu nafsin bima kasabat hum la yusramun. We got to worship Allah.
Subhanahu wa ta'ala.
Worship Allah, put it in the way of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, lead and to take the way of our guide Sheikh Ahmadou Bamba and to be by far. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam. Your last word, ladies, you know, how we going? So your last
thank you,
please.
Mr. Fallo. I'm very glad to share this conversation with you.
MashaAllah.
I'm very, very happy. And I thank God to be here this afternoon.
MashaAllah.
To talk about knowledge, about education, about Sheikh Ahmadou Bamba. I used to say that I'm the pearl of Sheikh Ahmadou Bamba.
Yes,
It's how they used to call me sometimes.
Musaka.
My nickname, this is my nickname, the pearl of Sheikh Ahmadou Bamba. Yes, I accept the pearl of Sheikh Ahmadou Bamba, and I'm very proud of it. Because being among Sheikh Ahmadou Bamba's family is not given to everybody.
Right.
It's a privilege, and I'm very honored to be part of Mouridism, part of Sheikh Ahmadou Bamba, Sheikh al-Khadim. And I thank everybody.
Well,
I thank all my friends, Kolova, everybody. I
watching
thank
right
everyone.
now.
Yes, watching right now.
Well,
And my special thank to Ahmadou Ba. Ahmadou Ba. I especially thank him because we have done a long way. This Mouridism. Today I'm here talking about Sheikh Ahmadou Bamba, is because of him.
And Allah
he is the mortar of Saint Sidi Makhtar.
MashaAllah.
And he even have a son named Saint Sheikh Sidi Makhtar.
MashaAllah.
And Sheikh Sidi Makhtar, I know, love him too much because he's doing a great work next to the Khalif. I thank him very, 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 very much. Yes.
MashaAllah. Alhamdulillah. I mean, I'm so proud to have you guys, and this is really let us believe of the universality of Sheikh al-Khadim. You coming from Guinea, but from another religion also coming to Islam and understanding the educational system. I don't know how is it, but it has done well on you because how you said it and how you learn your religion. So coming for a long way, I'm really also proud of youngsters right now. The dairers in Senegal, they're doing very good. They're learning the Hasiders in the universities, in the school, even though there's no Islamic programs in there, but they're finding their way out in order to learn our Islam. So we're proud of you. Keep on going. Just be careful right now. There's a lot of things going on. People are calling around, I'm a sheikh, I'm this and that, I'm from, and it doesn't happen. There's Islam, there's sitting Touba, there's his Khalif over here. Go learn, and after you learn, stick with a good Khalif, with a good sheikh. There's many in Serigne Touba's vicinity. Be very careful of your choice. And it's very important right now. Alhamdulillah. Thank you for watching again. Eco from Touba. We're going to be back in 15 days, inshallah. Until next time. And thanks for my guest again.
Okay.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Jërëjëf Cheikh Ahmadou Bamba Khadim Rasoul. Jaraw lak Imam Cheikh Ibrahima Fall.
Le programme suivant sera en anglais.
الناس كالذي بالكاب والنون ما شاء يفعل من بعد ومكنون الناس كالذي بالكاب والنون